everyone, welcome back to Eastwick Cottage Garden. It is the next day and we are going to try to finish up getting the last of the summer slash fall perennials in the ground. It is a bit more humid today, but it is still breezy. It's a bit overcast, so it's not really horrible out here. I want to try to get those plants in the ground and to be able to do some garden cleanup. So there's a lot of things that need to be deadheaded, and I want to actually start trying to harvest some of the yarrow to get that dried, and maybe to dry some lavender so that I can bring it in for some kind of arrangements for the over the winter, into the fall, over the winter. So those are the goals for today. We'll see how much we can get done. And I'm just going to set the camera up and we're going to get going. Very windy today. All right, we'll see how that goes. Okay, all the holes dug, time to get them in the ground. Okay, so we are finished here in the front yard for now. I'm going to show you some of the things we did. So we planted the three salvia, and we'll see how they do in the front here. I'm going to come around later and water everything in, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, but we're supposed to be having a really torrential rainstorm coming tomorrow, late tonight into tomorrow. So that's why things are a bit blustery now and overcast and humid. So I'm going to water these in, and then hopefully God will take care of the watering tomorrow. Okay, so we planted the three salvia and alternating with the Veronica white wands in between so that we can have a continued white and blue presence in the flower border later in the season through the spring. So that is what we did in this garden space. And I really still love the delicious candy echinacea. So I just wanted to do an update on this front flower bed that we've been working on. I wanted to point out that, see if I could get this to zoom in. I'll come over to it. I wanted to point out that the daylily that we moved from the back is now blooming. And it, like I said, is one of the double daylilies that are in the back. That was kind of like in the middle of the yard, some just random. So I planted it back here last year, and it has bloomed. So it adds a nice balance to the bed with the Live and Easy rose on the other side. So I'm really happy about how this bed is coming out. Excited to see how it does in the future, and I'm really looking forward to the mums blooming with their beautiful salmon peach color. So that will be happening, I guess, at the end of August into September, October. But really, really liking how this bed is coming out. Hi everyone, it is a few hours later. It got really hot out here after working in the front yard in the afternoon, and I decided to take a break in the air conditioning. So it is about 6:30 now, 6:45. The sun is going down, so it will be easier to do the work in the backyard. So we're going to get the remaining plants in the ground, and then I'm going to try to do some deadheading. We are expecting a storm tonight, so I'm going to try to beat the storm, but I'm just going to set the camera up and we're just going to get rolling. Okay, so we're going to start this area by adding some compost. So I don't know if you can see here, but I think well, I know we've lost another chick charm. This is my first time growing them. I have really no idea what I'm doing. But I do suspect that because this is sloped down, it was getting too much water, and it rotted out. So the ones on the other side are doing really well. I think it's more level, a more level surface on that side, the flower bed. And so what I'm going to do is, I should probably dig these up. I'm a little concerned about that, but I should probably dig them up, raise the soil level, and then put them back in, but make sure that they're higher, a little bit higher than the soil so they can drain better. I also might mix in some perlite in the water, in the soil. I'm going to run and go get some perlite. Okay, so I'm going to dig these up first, put down some compost, add the perlite, and then replant them, and then plant our echinacea. So hopefully I don't ruin the whole thing. This one was actually on a rock, so that might have been good for it. This one looks good. Its roots are kind of dry. The chicks, you can see these chicks are getting pretty big. So we're going to put compost down now, fill in these spots, kind of level it out a little bit. Oops. And I'm going to replant these. It kind of dipped down here a little bit as well, so I'm going to just kind of lift this surface up a little bit. And then we can fill in with mulch when we're ready to do that. I'm going to dig some more holes, trying to even this out. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any more chick charms this time of year. Do you guys have experience with the chick charms? And have you put them in the landscape? I think the squirrels have eaten a hole in my, yes they have. When the squirrels were in the shed, I don't know if you can see that, they ate a hole in my perlite bag. Okay, see if this helps them. I noticed the ones on the other side, I could still see the root ball, so hopefully by doing this, we can salvage the chick charms we have remaining until we can get other ones to fill in. And for those who are new, this bed was also done with the no-till method. For both of these beds, I planted the Tiny Wine 9 box first, then surrounded it with cardboard, put compost on top of it, like 6 to 8 inches of compost on top of it, and then started planting everything else in the compost. So it's very lush soil, which also might be too much for the chick charms. So again, this is the fresco apricot echinacea. And the stats on this are it's 23 to 30 inches, 23 to 29 inches tall, and 15 to 20 inches wide. So it should be a very big mound here. And it blooms summer to fall, and it requires full sun. Okay, I've made a mess, but I'm sure the rains will take care of that. Thank you, Maggie, again for this wonderful shovel. Saves the day. Okay, so in this area, what we are going to do, I think I've decided to do a little bit of musical plants again. So, I don't know if you can see here. So this is the Agastaki Piquito Orange. I have 4 more plants, so I'm going to put 2 on each side so we have a drift of 3. I'm going to move this little dianthus here and put it in the front with these other dianthus plants to kind of have like a grouping of the pinkish dianthus here, and then make room for the drift of 3 of the Piquito Orange. So that is the plan. So first I'm going to move the dianthus, well first I'm going to dig holes for the new dianthus plants, and then I'm going to dig them up and dig holes for the rest of the Piquito Orange, because one can go in where the dianthus left, and then so I just need to dig 2 more holes there. So I think there's landscape fabric underneath here that I need to get cut through, so I can use my hori for that. And then I should use the auger to dig the hole. So I think I'm just going to make one giant hole, maybe, and then put both plants in there. I think that's my plan. there is a storm fast approaching as well. So I kind of racing the clock a little bit. These are also much shorter, so I think they'll be better seen in the front. All right, they're going to be right next to each other, but I think it'll be okay. I also have some bumblebees in here that try not to get stung while they have their evening meal. That leaves us with 2 more holes to dig. One here. All right, I need to make this hole different and then put a hole here. It is humid and I am very drippy. These smell so good. With this plant, it's not the flowers that have scent, but the foliage. And I love it. And I did give these a little trim after they arrived. They were much longer, much taller and kind of floppy. So I gave them a little trim so that they'd stand more upright more and they'd have less energy that they were putting into, because they had some flowers on them too. So took the flowers off to give the plant more energy in the root area. So my camera died before I could get my closeout video. So I'm doing a voiceover to some of the footage that I took after the storm and some footage of the rain gauge where we got almost 2 inches of rain. The sky, I think, is very beautiful in this video. We were successful in planting all of our summer and fall perennials, and I thank you guys for all of your support, your likes, your watches, your subscriptions, and I hope that you had a very safe July 4th and a pleasant one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.